Current research shows that fertility rate everywhere is going down. Now, this could be because of rising college costs, or maybe because you still need to pay that $60,000 college tuition loan. But I bet you guys have been wasting your time fapping one out to anime girls. Hey, I don't judge, but that's not exactly helping out with the problem, is it? What will help is knowing the kind of character you should be fapping out to in the first place. At some point in time, Japan looked at personality traits and asked themselves, what if we made this marketable? And thus, the Dere types were born. So the phrase wasn't coined until around 2002. At least now you can easily tell if someone's flirting with you when they punch your sorry butt across the hallway. I've invested a substantial amount of time into this, working through multiple researching, carefully making sure that information was accurate and lines up as scientifically accurate as possible. It's important that this is done with as much precision as possible. We take this seriously here. And at this point, I'd say I'd call myself something of an expert. Now, for a quick disclaimer, there's only like 6 important Deres, but I'll still cover them because you're clearly here to listen to my voice, not because you had any dignity left. Starting out with the most basic kind of Dere, we have Deredere, which means very affectionate, and they do not even try to hide it. They're the most normal and realistic cutie among the bunch. Look at Shikamori from Shikamori is Not Just a Cutie and her absolutely not apologetic love towards Izumi. With all their openness and ease of interest of putting themselves out there, you know these babes are gonna be ravenous in bed. Going to the other end of the spectrum, we have Kuuderes, the coolest of the bunch, the not so strong silent type. These characters appear calm and expressionless towards everything. Instead of giving you all the affection in the world, they just give you the cold shoulder, just like you deserve. Though, secretly they fall to a puddle whenever you form any physical contact with them. And think about Mikasa from Attack on Titan, or Rei from Evangelion. With these being the Utsuderes, the lack of communication will have them lose out on their chances for a potential mate, having you wait 3 seasons until you get any information about their affection. And at that point, you're already dead from everything life's been thrown at you. Gouderes. Remember looking at someone and telling yourself, I can fix her. Well, Gouderes think about that about you. Gouderes come from Gu, meaning overpowering or great. These characters will be absolutely overpowering everything around them, giving their love interests all they would need or desire. In their eyes, you're the problem, and they exist to make you better with as many means as necessary. They will aggressively support you. Therapy, schedule plan, prepared meals. They'll forcibly make sure you can't doom scroll for more than 5 minutes, though you're always mentally one step away from drowning in Monster and staying up all night trying to get Diamond League. But in the best case scenario, if it adds more to your life, they'll add more girls, so I don't think that's too bad. Look at Toru from Miss Kobayachi's Dragon Maid. You'd think with all these positives, these girls would be absolutely rich, but in fact, they're less likely to do the deed. They're spending all their time taking care of you in the relationship, and it'll be your fault and nothing ever happens. Depending on what you're looking for, Eroderes might be up your alley. Literally just coming from the word erotic, these are the ones that are thirsting for you. It's a speed run to see that sword and skip all the plot. None of that romantic feely bits, if you know what I mean. Just trying to get that dopamine in your brain running off, ignoring any red flags that you see. If you somehow calm down, they become more innocent and aren't as sexual as they first let on. Think about Tatanashi from Infinite Stratos or Akeno from High School DxD. But if they're that inclined on the first meet, you know that they're as fruitful as they come. Hinederes, not to be confused with Himedere, means to have a nihilistic view on society. They're the kind of people who spend all their time on the internet and lost faith on humanity, society, and I don't think anyone can be positive about that. Though they do show a small amount of affection under all that sarcasm, all that depressing talk. They care, I think. The poster child for this is Hikagaya from Origaru. All this negativity is just pure dryness for the soul. There won't be much to go through and less likely to have something from. Oh wait, now for the one of the more popular ones, we have Yandere.
Run, bitch! Run!
Coming from Yandere, which literally just means mentally sick. They're so psychotic, they're the reasons the Geneva Convention even exists. They have a complete obsession over you and make sure no one else exists. Now, you might think this is bad, but all they're doing is optimizing your life. If someone loved you more than anything, wouldn't they fight for you? Wouldn't they make sure nothing ever came between you? And if someone did, well, accidents happen. And the whole world comes crashing down and everything starts to slowly disappear. Your friends, your family, your dog. Only one kind of girl would have enough devotion to stay with you after all that. Why else would you need anything else if you just had Monica? Stick your dick in that crazy son of a bitch. Now that's something I didn't think I'd say. Usoderes, these basically mean facade. As in, if you get in a relationship with one of these, it'll be under a foundation of lies and deceit. She's the type who's nice to your face, but it's all an act to use you. Money, status, fame, anything that has any potential values up for the taking. Normally, they will eventually drop the mask and you get to see their true face. But if you're unlucky and don't have them take off that mask, you can see that they can be very passive aggressive, always implying you're making a bad decision. So you know that they're going to be a great specimen until you realize they're going to be left with the freaking mortgage, and then they'll take custody of the kids just because you showed up to court drunk one goddamn time. I swear. Himedere, and this is the one with the most self-importance and wants to be treated like royalty. Hime comes a prefix Hime, which means princess. And now these girls have their heads so far up there that I don't know why you'd want to be after them. But if you do, follow this 3-step plan to take care of them. Praise them every day. Buy gifts. Repeat. So just like your normal girlfriend, like you ever had one. An easy example is from Claire from I'm in Love with the Villainess. This one, it's a bit difficult to see how they fare, since it's not a simple black and white situation as what I would like. And this all depends on whether or not they had any background influence or not. So to make this easy to understand, I'll split this up. There's 2 different types of Himederes. There's one which comes from actual royalty, and there's one that doesn't come from actual royalty and just wants to be treated as such. The one that has the nobility background is less likely to be bearing. They don't have the responsibility to need to. Now, the one that has the social influence, like a Himedere, they're most likely to be more childbearing because of the fact that they have that social circle. They're more open out there. They're more extroverted. Usodere, similar to Hinedere, just through accidental sadness, literally meaning depression. So I guess your odds of success are pretty high. I know you guys look at this girl and go, I want to fix her. I ain't stopping you. But just remember, their flirting strategy is essentially self-deprecating compliments. You can tell them they're great and they respond they like spoke in a different language. Look at Tomoko from Watamu and her absolutely insane emotional crisis. There's a lot going on in there. Now, you might think emotional instability might create more unstable kinds of sessions, but you gotta remember that creates a more unstable session, if you know what I mean. Just make sure to bring a therapist just in case the action stops. Now, for the cream of the crop, the one that started carrying the rom-com industry on its back since the beginning, the one for you guys that want to be abused by anime girls, the Tsundere, coming from soon, meaning aloof or standoffish. These girls will be aggressively insulting your $5 haircut all day.
Maybe you got rid of that old yee ass haircut you got, you get some on your
just to make you lunch the next. The gaslighting from these girls will make you feel like you're playing Among Us again. All hot and cold is subtle as a brick wall till they punch you in it. Taiga, Asuka, Naru. Why do you guys want to be abused so much? Dang. I didn't think it'd end like this, but all this abuse, bipolar sensation, and pure dominant energy is going to be one of the best feelings you'll ever have. I've spent an unreasonable amount of nights making sure this list is as accurate as humanly possible. Every variable, every category, every questionable life decision accounted for. Oh wait, here's a chart. I kind of forgot that, if you want the full breakdown. So obviously the research in this field is quite lacking, very concerningly, which is why I'm taking it upon myself to push the boundaries of human knowledge. That's right, this is a research initiative. If I can gather enough of volunteers, purely for scientific reasons, I can see if this rankings hold up or need revisions. So if you'd like to contribute to this completely legitimate study, you know what to do. Remember, this is all for science.
Yes, science!